Hello Canadian teen book lovers, and welcome to week 14 of my marathon of books. It's been a great week. I'm still in Quebec, and after this I have one more week, about 6 days to go in Quebec before I start Ontario. This week I read Tin Star by Cecil Castellucci, which is about this girl who is from Earth, and she ends up joining a cult-like organization called Children of Earth under this leader named Brother Blue, who is very charismatic and not what he appears to be when he beats Tula up and leaves her on a space station and then takes all the grain from the Pioneer ship and leaves them to go off on their own. So it's all about how Tula is stuck on this space station with no other humans. She has to figure out how to survive with all these aliens, and it's a very interesting story about how she does it. It's definitely set up for a sequel, and Castellucci said that there is one on the way, and I look forward to reading it. Next up, another Monique Polak book. Oh, it was so good. What World Is Left? She is writing about her mother's experiences in a teen fiction setting, and it's all about this girl who is in a concentration camp during World War II in Germany. Wait, I'm not sure if the concentration camp is in Germany or not, but this concentration camp it's all based on a true story, and it's not as harsh as Auschwitz, but they don't have any gas chambers, things like that, but still they're starving their prisoners and killing them, but it's about how the Danish a Danish group comes to survey the camp to see if the prisoners are being treated humanely, and the Germans start this embellishment program to spruce up the camp and make it seem like it's more of a spa kind of vacation as opposed to what it is. And they actually pull it off and convince the Danish people that, yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. So, and then, because their campaign was so successful, they start filming a video in the camp about the city that Hitler gave to the Jews, which is this concentration camp. So it's this whole propaganda thing. And in the background, the main character is looking at her father, who's an artist, who's helping with this propaganda. And she's saying, I don't understand why you would be helping with this, when that's clearly, they're treating us like second-class citizens and well, worse than that. And it's all about how she comes to terms with what they needed to do to survive this horrific experience, and how she goes on with her life afterwards. Next up, Catherine Austin, All Good Children. I have a soft spot for this book because it's one of the books that I got to read and vote for when I was on the White Pine Selection Committee, and it's a fun book. I mean, it sounds not that fun because it's a total dystopia, and it's all about parents and the government giving their children shots to make them more docile and to become better workers, and it's incredibly creepy that way. But it's all about these two teenage boys who see what's going on and try to figure out if they can stop it, or if they can't stop it, how they can get away. And it's layered, and I love all the references to other dystopian movies from Xavier. It's just, and plus the boys themselves are just so funny. So it's a great read. It's lighter than you think it would be for such a serious topic. Next up, Good for Nothing by Michael Noel. Wow. I said in my review and blog that I personally need to know more about how Native Americans have been treated in our country, and this book is an excellent way to open up that topic. It's all about this young man who was sent to a residential school because it's set in the 1950s, and when he gets home, he's not really sure. He's lost his heritage in a way. He's kind of between the white man's world and the Indian world because he's a Métis, and it's all about how he claims his Indian roots, and he learns how to stand up for himself and really go forward into championing Indian rights in the country. It's so beautifully written. I love the parts where he is living in a cabin with his partner during the winter, and they're trapping and they are training sled dogs, and they're just surviving, but they're so happy because it's just what they wanted to do, what they were meant to do. So I would really recommend it. It's a gorgeous read. Last but not least, my last Gordon Corman book on the list, and I chose Jake Reinvented. I didn't know a lot about this book when I picked it up, and then when I read it, I discovered it's a retelling of The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald in a modern teen setting. So it worked out really well. I liked it way better than I liked The Great Gatsby, and it explained a lot of things to me, so I was happy about that. And believe it or not, it's pretty close to the original book. So I thought Corman did an excellent job. It's funny in parts, but it's just enlightening. So if you like The Great Gatsby, definitely pick it up. So, stats this week. I'm up to 98 books, and I've read a total of 21,492 pages, which means I've traveled 2,149.2 kilometers. And that my total hours of reading are 265 hours and 18 minutes. So I'm on my way. I'm nearing the halfway point of the country because I'll be just starting Ontario on the last day of reading next week. And I'm very excited. I hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!